up their cars and be seen on Derby. Yeah, I'm striped. Would you knock in? Oh, okay. But yeah, I just think it came from that. Once they shut it down like that, the city wasn't thriving no more. Nobody felt like fixing no cars. I mean, don't get it twisted. There's a couple cars out here. Like Chicago, I don't know if you know or not, but Chicago and that town, they thriving right now in the car game. That's what motivated me to do this YouTube shit. Let's try to get some shit shaking back in the city again. We ain't even had a good car show in years. Like, you know what I mean? Like an old school car show. It's gonna take the few I know to get it jumping. you got something working. I got 15 cars. Brothers got some old school. There's definitely some cars around. They just need to get out. I think I'm gonna make a video about that. I think I'm gonna vlog on that. Y'all heard what he said. What the hell's going on with the car scene in Louisville? Can we get some smoke back out here, y'all?
Cruising in West Louisville. WHAS 1119's Taylor Woods and photojournalist Addie Hill spoke with families about what this tradition means to them.
During the 80s and early 2000s on Derby Eve, Broadway was the place to be.
Back-to-back cars everywhere, music.
From the food being cooked on the grills to the flashy cars, Derby City cruising was a tradition in West Louisville.
Nothing compared to cruising Derby because it was like a car show too.
This year, Charlene Humphrey is continuing the tradition with her family. She's selling ribs, smoked sausage, hamburgers, and fish dinners through her catering business, S&S Barbecue and Seafood.
Churchill Downs, Churchill Downs. Derby cruising is for us in the West End. So startup businesses like myself can get our names out there.
Crowds may not be as large as they used to be, but over the years, safety has remained a top concern.
We acted right, it would come back.
Benny Britt is also selling dinners down the street. He says the cruising kind of stopped over the last decade. Britt remembers how fun it used to be.
You can meet somebody, hey, what's your name? You know, it was just good, you know, and then people came from out of town.
Britt has been out here selling dinner since Thursday afternoon. He remains dedicated despite the rain.
It's not the crowd. Like, we probably would triple our money if it was, but now we still can make something. It's better than just a regular Friday.
On the corner of 24th and Broadway is Latoya Duncan. Her grandmother was known in the community as Miss Seal and owned Seal's Lounge. Now Duncan is taking on her legacy this Derby by selling dinners.
So as her granddaughter, we decided to take this over this weekend in her honor.
She and Beverly Sarton remember how people look forward to this day to make money.
It was safe and it was wonderful, you know. It's kind of sad that it's not happening anymore.
Remaining hopeful, Derby City cruising comes back one day in Louisville.
It's the post-Derby party, and it's going on right now. Let's check in now with Corey Pippin, who joins us live in downtown.
Steve, while the focus today may have been on the Churchill Downs area, don't tell the people here on Broadway Street that. Cruising kicked off hours ago, and while it was a wild ride, locals are stressing to have a safe, fun time. Nice cars, fast motorcycles, and plenty of action. There was a lot to see and eat out here on Broadway for Derby Day. As the sun started going down, crowds began popping up and cruising the strip. Some take to the street for fun and others for work.
It's always a nice good time. You get to see some pretty exotic cars and pretty women, and God willing, make a couple honest bucks.
A lot of people out enjoying themselves, nice cars. Can't ask for more, you know, no drama, no violence.
And with hundreds taking to Broadway after the race, locals say it's important it stays that way. Nate Wilson cooks and sells barbecue every year here. He says he's seen things get out of control in the past and hopes to promote safe fun this year.
Well, being a part of the Safer Broadway is a good thing. The children are able to come out and walk up and down with their parents, so long as it's safe.
The Moore Temple Church had free food and free sermons for that very reason.
Oh yeah, it's fun, and it's also, it attracts people, and you see people coming up and down Broadway, they're coming down, it grabs their attention and it draws them in. So we want to show them that there's something more going on in the city of Louisville instead of parties and clubs.
Now, so far, the only issues we've seen has been some congestion. If anything happens, we'll be sure to let you know. On West Broadway, Corey Pippin, WLKY News.
The block to my second home, 38th Street, where all the hustlers roam. Brothers on the corner talking that talk, no telling what you might see when a gangster walks. Thugs, pimps, prostitutes, and killers find women in cars with big drug dealers. But I'm always strapped, so there's no hassle. I just stroll through the hood like a king in his castle. Slowly but surely I arrive. I say, what's up? They say everything's live. So we round up the money and get some room. Cause later on tonight, we got a show to do. So I sit back, relax, and kill the 40. Halfway drunk, and my head's feeling naughty. Rhymes and rhythms running in the mind. So we pile in the car, because it's almost time. Start up the vehicle and boom. Pop in a tank, with plenty of boom. Pull up and park the car. Step out, and they treat us like stars. Now as the spectators all staring hard, we step through the crowd with the gangster walk. Walking in my big black book. 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 Approaching the stage with a gangster limp. Feeling like a Mac Daddy, dressed like a pimp. So I grip the mic and start to recite the first verse. The crowd responds like they're under a curse. Dancing and jumping, but start humping. 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 My voice sounds clear because the system's thumping. People rush the groove soon as the music starts. And the floor's so fat that it has stretch marks. Now my DJ has the crowd all swaying. Brothers bobbing their heads to the rhymes I'm saying. Now it's almost time for us to cease. I put my mic on the stand, catch my breath and say peace. The crowd yell for an encore. So I grab the mic and bust one more. Because me and Bam keep the music coming with the dance score while the drum beats drumming. But after this tune, I slowly halt so I can step off stage and do the gangster walk. Walking in my big black book. 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 The show's over and it's a job well done. So we step to the back and collect the funds. Now it's 4:45. My last chance to hit the dance floor. Before me stood a girl that I never seen. With that tag, fitting in them tight Guess jeans. So I introduced myself, she said I already know. Oh, by the way, I enjoyed the show. Then I whispered in her ear and kissed the neck. She knows what's up. It's time to get set. My posse know what time it is and start to talk when they see us leaving. With the gangster walk. To all them gangsters out there, DJ Bam's a gangster, William C's a gangster.
Walking in my big black boot. Walking in my big black boot. Walking in my big black boot. Walking in my big black boot.
So much. Metro Police have announced their traffic plans for Oaks and Derby Day, as well as addressing the issue of Broadway cruising. Haley Lampert is live outside Metro Police headquarters with all the details. Haley.
And Metro Police Chief Robert White says Broadway will be open to traffic this weekend, but he says the tradition known as Broadway cruising will not be tolerated. The chief says LMPD will have between 800 and 900 officers working both on Oaks Day and Derby Day this weekend, along with state and county agencies. As you probably know, Broadway was closed to traffic in 2006 after several years of violence and crime that occurred as a result of Broadway cruising. Last year, the road was open to traffic, but it was restricted. This year, police say they will be heavily patrolling that area, but it will remain open. They've been handing out parking permits for the past week to residents and businesses in the area, but police say you won't need those permits unless something happens and they have to resort to using them. Police say they're hoping in years to come that on Derby weekend, Broadway will become crime-free.
Our venture goal, obviously, is to return Broadway to the residents and anyone else who travels it without having to have a strong police presence. But once it got out of hand, and it's been, as you well know, it's been out of hand for quite some time, we had to get aggressive.
Hey, if you like this video and want to see more classic car content, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.